Hey guys, so in this video I'm going to go ahead and do my review on My Little Pony, the latest episode of My Little Pony, Appaloosa's Most Wanted. And as you guys can see, it is nighttime out. and the reason why I'm doing this review at night, because I know I usually try to do my reviews in the day, is because today was actually a really busy day for me, and so yeah, so I apologize if this review is a little delayed, but anyway, I'm going to go ahead and get to the review. Alright, so in this episode, it first starts off at Appaloosa, which is where Applejack's cousin Brayburn lives. And it's also a CMC episode. At first I thought it was going to be an Apple Family episode, but nope. Sweetie Belle and Scootaloo are also featured in the episode as well. So there's this big event that's going to be coming up in Appaloosa in this episode, which is called Rodeo, and Applejack is not surprisingly, if that's good grammar, but obviously Applejack is in it. That's why I was trying to say. Sorry about that, folks. I tend to sometimes get tongue twisted, but anyway. But then some of the ponies in Appaloosa find out that there's a criminal in Appaloosa that they think he's causing trouble, and so the people from Appaloosa have to go and find him. Have to go and find the troublemaker, which his name is Troubleshoes. Yep, I think that's his name. And so one thing I probably should have mentioned is the CMCs that they do want, and the CMCs do want to do some stuff in Appaloosa with the rodeo going on, and they also want to go and try and find the bad guy, Troubleshoes. But Applejack tells them not to. So then Applejack has Rayburn watch over them. Oh, and one thing I should have mentioned before, sorry, is that when Applejack found out that Troubleshoes was around in Appaloosa, then Applejack took the CMCs to this small little house that they found in Appaloosa, and Applejack had to send the three Cutie Mark Crusaders home because she didn't think it was safe for Apple Bloom and Sweetie Belle and Scootaloo to stay, and then Applejack even thought of the idea of going home as well. But that doesn't happen. But that's not the case in this episode. So then Applejack has Brayburn watching over them in the little house that they're staying in. But then Brayburn ends up falling asleep, and then the CMCs go out, try and find Troubleshoes, Appaloosa's Most Wanted, despite Applejack saying no. Oh, and yeah, one thing I should have mentioned, yeah, Applejack earlier said that she did not want the CMCs wandering off, but they do it, but they do not listen to her. They did not listen to that command that Applejack gave them. So they just, so the three Cutie Mark Crusaders start their journey trying to find Troubleshoes, and it's all dark and rainy as they try and go and find him. But then they finally come across him, or and they find this house, and then they find, and that's where they find Troubleshoes. And then they talk. So then they talk for a bit. The CMCs and Troubleshoes talk for a bit. But then Troubleshoes tells the CMCs that they need to go back, that they need to get out. But then the CMCs tell Troubleshoes that they don't know the way back. But then they also mention that Troubleshoes knows how to get to Appaloosa. But sadly, that for Troubleshoes, that wouldn't be good for him to go back because he is Appaloosa's most wanted. So, but Troubleshoes ends up escorting the CMCs back to Appaloosa, and then on their way back, Troubleshoes tells the CMCs a story of when he was a youngin'. All right, so the story starts off with Troubleshoes, like as a young colt, he wanted to be in the rodeo. And he started making some mistakes, and then at one point during his story, you see that he finally gets his cutie mark as a youngin'. But despite that, he still just feels like he has this bad luck in his life. But then the cutie mark crusaders learn that cutie mark that he got was actually showing that he's an entertainer or like a rodeo clown. But then as they continue to make their way back to Appaloosa, then Applejack and some of the other and Brayburn and some of the other ponies from Appaloosa finally catch Troubleshoes, and then they put him in jail. So yeah, but then the CMCs try to get him out and try to show off his talent, which is entertaining. But so yeah, and that all happens the next day. So, but they dress up Troubleshoes Troubleshoes tries to dress up as a clown, to be a rodeo clown since he's supposed to be an entertainer. So then Troubleshoes finally gets out with all the other rodeo clowns, and then he starts doing a bunch of goofy stuff. And then the crowd starts laughing. And then Applejack finally, and the CMCs are watching, and they're laughing as well. And then as they're watching, Applejack shows up with her trophy that she won from the rodeo that she got to be a part of. And then Applejack got a chance to watch the rodeo clowns as well, with Troubleshoes in it. Then during Troubleshoes' performances in the in the little sorry, I'm trying to figure out what I'm trying to say, but anyway, then Troubleshoes' costume finally comes off, clown outfit comes off, and then then everyone gasps, and then they finally get shocked and realize that Troubleshoes was on the loose. But then the CMCs try to protect Troubleshoes and saying that Troubleshoes really isn't that bad of a guy, and that he really meant no harm, and then the CMCs tried to tell all the ponies of Appaloosa that they explain that he's supposed to be an entertainer. And so yeah, in the end, the Cutie Mark Crusaders, they help Troubleshoes to realize what his true talent is, but after the show that Troubleshoes got to be a part of, the CMCs Applejack had to punish the CMCs for, but they had sorry, all right. But in the end, Applejack had to punish the CMCs by making them clean up the mess that Troubleshoes made because the CMCs had wandered off to try and look for Troubleshoes after Applejack told them not to. So yeah, but in the end, so pretty much the CMCs did what they needed to be done. Is basically they helped, they tried to help everyone see and help Troubleshoes see that he's not a bad guy. That Troubleshoes was just confused or about his key marker. He didn't have any idea or true purpose behind his cutie mark, and the cutie mark Crusaders helped Troubleshoes realize what his true talent is with his cutie mark. But in the end, yeah, Applejack still had to punish the CMCs in the end. But alright, so now overall, this episode, I'm not gonna lie, it was pretty good. The storyline was great. But I'm gonna have to say it wasn't as good as last week's episode. Yeah, especially, but at least in this episode, I'm glad I didn't cry. I know I said I cried in the last episode, but still, other than that, I kind of didn't. I thought this episode wasn't as good as last week's episode, but I still thought it was really great. And I really did like the storyline throughout this episode and the plot. So yeah, all right. So this is my review on My Little Pony Season 5, Appaloosa's Most Wanted. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. All right. Thanks, guys. All right. Bye.